And welcome to another edition of the JJ Toolbox. My name is Jason Newsham, and I am your host, and also the Director of Operations for JJ Hoops. Find us on our website at jjkandhoopschool.com or on Facebook at jjkandhoopschool, or you can find us on Twitter at jjk_hoops. Now that we got our social media nonsense out of the way, let's talk about pivots. Today we are going to focus on the pivot, how important it is and how key it is for kids to understand how to utilize the pivot to their advantage. First off, there's a forward pivot and a reverse pivot. Those are the two pivots that we teach. Reverse goes backwards, forward goes forward. But what we try to do is we make sure that they understand why the pivots, as you can see on our board behind me. We want to do, number one, is to create space. Okay, a lot of times players will rip over, they'll pivot, but they'll pivot where the defender can still close off the gap, close off the space. So the number one thing we want to teach them is to create space. How do you create space? How do you use your body to create space? Whether it's for you to pull back into a jump shot, whether it's for you to pull back into a dribble, an offensive attack, you've got to be able to create space. If the defender is able to close off the gap, there's going to be no reason when you pull back that you're going to be able to do what you want to. So number one, create space. Number two, you want to protect the ball. If you're getting trapped or you're seeing a trap coming, you don't want to keep the ball in front, so you want to make sure you rip over and keep the ball on the backside while you're using your shoulder and your hip, your shoulder, and every other part of your body to protect the ball. They're going to be coming in with their hands, reaching and grabbing, trying to slap at the ball. If you keep it out in front of them, you're going to be in trouble. So we want to make sure that they protect the basketball. And number three, setting the defense up. Use your pivot to set the defender up. Only you as the offensive player knows where you want to go. Defenders can guess, and if you're a really good salesperson, they usually guess wrong, but only you know if you want to go right. So if you want to go right, set your defender up by forcing him to the left, force her to the left. If you want to do another move that requires you to utilize the defender having to be in a certain spot, then use the pivot to set up your defender. Now, when we talk about reverse pivots, we're going to make sure that when you do a reverse pivot, you want to make sure you're looking over the shoulder to the direction that you're pivoting. That way you can see out of the corner of your eye when the defender's center mass crosses a certain spot. If you just do a reverse pivot with your head straight or still looking in the direction you just came from, the defender knows that there's no way your head can keep looking in a certain direction while your body's going up. You can't do it. No one can do it. So when you reverse pivot your head, just take it with it. Boom, look, give a look. Once you can see that they're on this side of your body, you know that this side's open. So then you can pivot back and then you can go into your move. So those are a couple things that we're going to work on. I hope you enjoy Coach Sidney and Coach Hannah's breakdown. If you have any questions, you can always shoot us an email at info@jjkandhoopschool.com. Pivots aren't the most exciting thing, I understand. However, footwork is very, very key, very, very important to any basketball player that has any aspirations of playing at any level. So if your child wants to become a better basketball player, they need to know how to pivot. So you're watching the Toolbox here at JJK and Hoops. My name again is Jason Newsham. We look forward to seeing you in our next episode.